Now let's move along to the House of Representatives today, passing a massive election integrity bill, 218 to 213 votes. We've talked about this before, Ami, about how popular this policy is. Around 85% of Americans back voter ID, but the Democrats continue to oppose it. They voted against the Save America Act, Ami.
Yeah, and this happens over and over and over again. All the Democrats voted against it in the House, save one. Look, there's a reason why they continue to push universal mail-in balloting and ballot harvesting and voting all year long and against voter ID. And by the way, also voting for non-citizens to vote. I know. They all say that's not true. That's a scurrilous lie. It absolutely 100% is true. In New York, in Chicago, in San Francisco, in DC, and other cities, they have voted to have non-citizens vote, okay? I'm sorry, that's the reality. They want to try to get away from that all they want, but it's just not possible. Look, Rita, last week we talked about the reason why I made that voter ID video, because somebody voted for my dad. What I didn't tell you, the second part of that story, which ties into this, is that I took a photo of that and I sent that to the California Board of Elections. I go, look, you claim there's no voter fraud. Here is an absolute clear indication of voter fraud. You know how quickly they got back to me? They never got back to me. They don't care. They don't want to know. That's the reality. Look, Rita, in virtually every Western European country, you have to show ID to vote. That's just part of what it is. They don't want to safeguard elections because they call safeguarding elections voter suppression. That's the Democratic Party. Okay, the reality is they want this problematic issue to be in our voting because they feel whatever. You know, we can go into, that's a whole different discussion on why they don't want voter integrity. I think they think it's going to help elect Democrats, okay? And this, Rita, is the party of democracy.
It's the only answer, Ami. That's the only answer. Why else would you campaign against, vote against a policy that poll after poll shows around 85% of Americans back? And we brought you the CNN coverage of that issue last week. The polling on this is clear. This is almost it's not even an 80-20 issue. It's close to a 90-10 issue. And yet the Democrats are staunchly against voter ID. Now, talking about Democrats, Democrat heartland of California has lost another billionaire. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg is fleeing Gavin Newsom's California and heading to Florida, Ami. He has purchased a massive waterfront mansion in Miami, and he is expected to live in it. It's not supposed to be a holiday home. They're expecting him to move to the red state in April. Why are so many people leaving California for places like Florida and Texas and Tennessee? It's a bit of a theme there.
Yeah, I can't tell if that's a rhetorical question or a real question, Rita. Well, I mean, California is it's unbelievable. Here's the data, okay? In the last 10 years, 10 million people have left California, including dozens of billionaires like Mark Zuckerberg, taking with them all their job creation, all their innovation. It's all going out the door to the states who are welcoming people who want to create wealth, okay? Not California. You know, the greatest stat of all is that if you want to rent a U-Haul one way from California to Texas, it is 4 times more expensive in that direction than Texas coming back to, because no one is doing that. Look, this hurts my heart. It does. As you know, I am a long-time, I live in New York, but I am a LA boy. I am a California boy at heart, okay? And it pains me to no end to see the destruction of my state.